Dear students, today we are going to learn the second chapter of your text signatures of UG Common Course English, University of Calicut. As you know, the second chapter of the text is titled Pilgrim at Creek. It's a chapter of Dillard. So today we have a brief introduction to this author, an American author, Dillard. As you know, Annie Dillard was born on April 13, 1945 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, United States. Her essays of contemplations on the world of nature made this American author extremely popular. Annie Dillard is simultaneously a poet, a naturalist, novelist, essayist, a critic, theologian, a collagist, and a singer. Her prose is richly poetic and tensely philosophic. When she writes, straight things become familiar and vice versa. That is, when she writes, the strange things become familiar and familiar things become strange. That meant her writing skill was too much advanced, too much scholastic, and too much highly professional intelligence. She published poetry, essays, prose, literary criticism, and two novels and one memoir. Regarding her life, Dillard was the eldest of three girls, and as she claims in her childhood memoir that she had great affection for her parents, having enjoyed a very joyous childhood. She recollects, "My mother had given me the freedom of the streets as soon as I could say our telephone number." That much she enjoyed her childhood. She had great affection for her parents, and she recollects that my mother had given me the freedom of the streets as soon as I could say our telephone number. That much the bond between she and her parents. She used to read, as you know, she used to read a wide variety of subjects such as geology, natural history, entomology, epidemiology, poetry, and so on. Then once she says, she notes in her biodata that she has no religion and she is a Democrat. Dillard taught for 21 years in English department of Wesleyan University in Connecticut. She was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for General Nonfiction in 1975 for her work Pilgrim at Creek. Comes to her works, as you know, her autobiography is titled as An American Childhood, which is published in 1987. And second one, the most important, which is there we have to study, Pilgrim at Creek, which is published in 1974. It won the 1975 Pulitzer Prize for General Nonfiction. Please note the date and the prize too. Next, Tickets for a Prayer Wheel, published in 1974, first book of poems. Then another one, Holly the Firm, 1977, published in 1977. Teaching a Stone to Talk, 1982. It's a non-fiction and travel essays. The Living, her first novel, published in 1992. Second novel, which is titled as The May Trees, published in 2007. Then when we come to this text called Pilgrim at Creek, as you know, is an exciting meditation of nature and its season. It's a naturalistic classics Of course we can say so. It's a naturalist classics, and it's an exciting meditation on nature and its season. Annie Dillard says that initially she had thought this book would be read only by a few monks, but after the book won the Pulitzer Prize in 1975 for general nonfiction, it reached a much larger audience. Dillard says about the work, it's all a matter of keeping my eyes open. She says about the work, it's all a matter of keeping my eyes open. As I said, it's an exciting meditation on nature and its season. It's a personal narrative revealing the writer's exploration during a whole year on food in her neighborhood in Tinker Creek in Virginia. It's her own personal narrative, which describes her own personal experience, revealing the writer's exploration during a whole year on food in her neighborhood in Tinker Creek in Virginia. So, the book narrates her own personal life, her own experience there in Tinker Creek in Virginia. She examines, interrogates, and experiments with clinical precision, providing microscopic details of the hitherto unheeded moments in the natural world. That's the merit of this work. In the work, she examines, interrogates, and experiments with clinical precision. She she studies the events of the nature with clinical precision. In-depth study, she conducts in-depth study, providing microscopic details of the hitherto unheeded, unexplored moments in the natural world. She's trying to she's trying to explore the unexplored moments, unexplored events in the natural world. As a strange drama of life gets enacted before our eyes, we are directed to see a fresh and muse about the Creator's vision, about the God's vision. So, let me repeat it again. It's a naturalistic classic, and it's a meditation on nature and its season. Of course, it's a personal account of her 1 year's exploration of Tinker Creek in Virginia. You know that you are going to experience the beauty, the skill of her writing in poetry. Her prose is richly poetic and densely philosophic. We are going to read it, we are going to have it. Wait for that. She looks at the marvels of nature and she searches for God. She's like a theologian undertaking a pilgrimage into nature. As you know, I have already said, she herself says that initially she had thought this book would be read only by a few religious people, a few religious people, monks, isn't it? But what happened is that when after the book won the Pulitzer Prize for general nonfiction in 1975, it reached a much larger audience. And here the book, she passionately waits for hours to see the wonders of nature. She is with the nature, she is part of the nature. She provides the microscopic details of the usually disregarded moments in the natural world. That's the merit of this text. She enjoys it, she explores it, and she explores it, and she come to a conclusion with her own perception. That is the merit of the text. Her minute details offer a reader's a recognition of natural world. So, dear students, we are going to experience it, we are going to read the text, but keep in mind that it's a naturalist text in nature, and she is like a theologian undertaking a pilgrimage into nature. It's a pilgrimage into nature, of course, not out in it. We are going to see it. Then she passionately waits for hours. Only a person who is too much devoted to nature can do that. Otherwise, others cannot do that. She waits for hours to see the wonders of nature with passion and patience. Isn't it? She provides microscopic details. Then her clinical precision is also there. She is ready to offer the clinical precision of all the events that occurs in the nature. That is the beauty of this text. We are going to experience it. Keep in mind that she is a poet, she is a literary critic, and she has number of works with in her credit. Then in her account, she won Pulitzer Prize for this text called the Pilgrim at Tinker Creek in 1975. So thank you. Let us have the next session in our next class. Thank you.